Nice and early for another episode of a rezero, episode 4 of our third season. All of the archbishops have kind of arrived in not a way that every single member involved knows, but they are here, meaning that we got to figure out a plan for all of them, which is what's being coordinated by the back end of things. But at the same time, how are they going to be able to, especially when you don't know abilities or anything of these people? The only thing I can think of is you got to sound the alarms, you got to get everybody on the same page and be ready to be in battle mode for when time actually ends up coming. The archbishops are all here under the assumption, at least I am, that they are looking for the remains of a previous witch. My assumption is Pride based on some deduction that we did last week. So Typhon being the one that they are looking for, being that this is a city used to entrap her and end up killing her, and her witch factor itself is kind of left stuck within the bones and everything of her, which is likely underground of this place. So they're probably going to be blowing everything up and trying to tear up this entire town in order to look for it, to then gain extra power and ability for themselves and for Envy. And I think that's kind of what was for the most part set up, with Garth getting a lot of focus last time. That was fantastic. And now being able to see that full resolve come forward, and he has to end up going forward and fighting for his family that doesn't know they're his family, right? So he has to go out of his way and he has to protect them and do that. I'm left concerned where Otto is, what's going on with him, if he's okay. I hope he's alive. I hope all is well and good with him. They kind of just cut us off when they were showing us him. My only guess regarding that is he is fine, and Lai kind of focused up on him, and as he was paying attention to him and likely moving towards to make some sort of move towards him, they ended up having like the like the what is it called, the clock tower thing went off, the alarm sounded, right? And he ended up being like, well, it's time to get down to business, so now I got to get out of here, no more free time, no more fun time. And he kind of just let him go, similar to the scenario that happened with Subaru, but they just had to frame it in a certain way to make it fit. So I'd assume he's okay, because if not, then we'd have to reset, and that's not going to all happen well after everything they built up. What else is there? Lai introduced himself as us and spoke in third person, almost as like referring to himself as he. So unless he literally just thinks he's him, I'm assuming he is probably some sort of split persona, some multiple version of himself, a 2-in-1 type of deal would be my guess. Now I don't know if it's 2-in-1 as I've seen in like other shows where they're technically one, or if it's 2-in-1 where it's like they literally are just the same thing, but they each share a certain power. So maybe neither of them are as strong as other, or maybe one of them has a certain ability that the other one doesn't. Does one of them have a main life bot, like body that we have to go after, while the other one's just kind of empty in there? Do they both contain it and you have to kill both of them? Do like what exactly is the specifics? Also, am I just making things up and I'm just reading too much into it because he likes to speak in a weird way? Possibly, but I have absolutely no idea. I don't think I have too much more to gap about. I'm very excited to see where we head now. Likely as the alarms are fully sounded and everybody is aware shit's about to get real. So if you like it all, the like and subscribe to the feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave a comment with this episode of series. We're going with episode of 4. No OP. Oh my god. I gotta go save your kids and your husband. Well, everyone's dead, so I don't know about all that. Oh, that's a big cultist. That motherfucker big. I'm really excited to watch Mimi fight. Are you sure about that? That's strategy, using your head. He's not good at using his head. They gotta cut away from it too, which is gonna piss me off. What the?
魔女教の厄介さは知ってんだろう。お前は大切な主と実の父親を見捨てて顔も知らない連中を助けに走るのか。おいポンコツ、お前何してんだ。
She's not even worried. She knows he'll save her.
心配しなくても。試してみるか。
I do.
難しい話じゃない。行けって。行け。 フェルト様。僕は
She's so strong. I love her.
嫉妬の魔女は死んじゃいない。
That's not her.
だって
私を殺しに来てね。
Unless I'm overlooking something, but it's gotta be pride.
スケヨ兄弟。魔女の骨ってあれだ。別に嫉妬の魔女の骨に限って。
Right. You met all the other ones, I mean.
そんな口伝もなくはないよ。
Do they know specifically which one, or
この都市
they...
には嫉妬の魔女以外の骨が残されている。知ってるとしたら10人会の人間やね。
10人会。
Their boy,
聞い
yeah.
たか。
Would he know, though? It's the last dude I would entrust with that
もう
information.
要求してるカペラエメラダルグニカって
Yeah, what's up with her name, too? Let's talk about
カ
that.
メにルグニカって入るのはそれこそ。
Yeah, let's talk about that.
おちょくってんじゃねえの。
Ah, okay, that would make sense.
有名な話だしよ。
カペラの名については分かりかねますが、かつてエメラダルグニカの名を持つ方が王家に名を
Well, I don't think she's just making it up then.
は50年以上も前のことです。非常に美しく聡明な方だったそうですが、その性格は残忍極まりなく、国民は皆彼女を恐れていたと。
待って待って、鏡が。
That makes a lot of sense for what lust would be, right? How's it going on your end?
全員揃っているようだね。私は見えているだろうか。
連絡がないから心配したわ。外の様子はどうなん？
それが。
そっちにお姉ちゃんは戻っていませんですか？過去の影響がお姉ちゃんから流れ込んできてて。
Oh, no.
すごい傷で。カゴ？3分のカゴやね。つまり耳がどこかで怪我して。
No time to do that. Pay attention.
何が
Oh, fuck, bro.
すまねえ、大将。俺様、俺は役立たずと。
Just pile onto him even more as the laugh in the background.
なんで傷が塞がらない。包帯よ。
To think those motherfuckers are that strong.
書き込みかけた連中もろくなことにならねえって分かった頃じゃねえですか。
Calm down.
書き込みの対象として手始めにこの魔女の遺骨以上おしまいで
They don't know.
水門の制御塔には私たちがそれぞれ陣取ってますんで下手なこと考えない。
So we gotta conquer all 4 towers. It's fucking awesome.
さっきやがって。
Yeah.
魔女の遺骨は実在するんよね。
はい、確かに。
Okay.
ですが、魔女の遺骨は動かすことができま
Or
せん。
have you just been told that, but you don't know that?
相手の要求に応えることはできない。
その動かせないというのは桐高様のご意見ですか？
いいえ、言葉通り、物理的な意味で動かせないのです。
How come?
魔女の遺骨には特別な力が宿っています。遺骨を動かせば、過去に都市を水没させて魔女を滅ぼした当時と、いえ、それ以上の被害。
Yeah, so we can't have that.
この都市は崩壊するでしょう。
テュフォンが大水の中に沈められか。
遺骨は渡せん。
Awareness of who, too. Interesting. And they take on the damage, too. Pick him up, Ricardo.
礼が遅れたわ。
Hmm.
兄ちゃんがここに運んでくれんかったら、耳が死んどったのは間違いない。
ガーフィール、聞かせてくれ。この街
Built yourself a good backing, brother.
全員ぶっ倒さなきゃならないんだ。そのためにお前の力がいる。
Can't have you in this
いつま
state.
でもへこんだままじゃいさせられね
Literally tell him to shut up and get over his shit is crazy. Ah. Even in death, I'll haunt you and be responsible for your death. It's crazy. What the fuck is that? At every turn. Oh, that's so cool. No, Mimi. Blood and glass shatter.
その塞がらない傷、おそらく死神の加護によるものです。
ちびっこ
The what?
あいつは俺をかばって。
それは耳の選んだことや。
Mm.
分かってる。分かってら。誰も俺を責めやしねえ。
But you'll blame
け
yourself.
どな、俺はそうじゃねえ。
ほう。
あいつは俺がぶち
Channel it towards something good.
よう吠えたわ。男に二言はない。立って戦うっちゅうんやな。
ああ、とっつぁんだ。俺がやってやる。
Thanks for being you, Ricardo.
俺が魔女教の特効薬ならこんな足になってねえよ。
I think I just let this happen.
エミリアを連れて行ったのは強欲だ。1秒だってあんな野郎にエミリアを預けておきたくねえ。
ということは君はエミリア様の奪還を優先する。
Absolutely.
当然だ。
I wonder what his priority shifts to if he was under the impression that Gluttony was here. Like if he would be challenged by that, or if he still would value that.
大丈夫そうやな。
まあ厳密には大丈夫じゃねえんだけど。フェリスは町の人たちを治療しなきゃならねえし。
Can't have him worry about us.
耳の傷を分け合ってて動けねえ。戦力は一人でも多い方がいいだろう。というか、ここまでついてきてもらってなんだけど、クルシさんは戦えるのか？
Yeah, like where you're okay.
足手まといにはならないつもりですよ。
クルシ様の天品は衰えておりません。私が保証します。
We'll believe you. No other choice, really. Al can fight.
見たことねえんだけど。
Look at him.
それなんだがよ、兄弟。この流れで言うのも勇気がいるんだが。
なんだよ。
悪いんだが、俺は姫さん探して合流しなきゃならねえ。ここで
I'm actually not gonna help you guys out.
何言い出すんだよ。
だから悪いって言ってるじゃねえか。
Look, I'll come back if I can.
思うのは従者として当然のこと。
Right.
私はそれを非難しませんよ。
そいつはどうも。
マジかよ。となるといよいよ俺が足手まとい確定枠か。
なんでや。兄ちゃんがおったら100人力や。頼りにしとるぞ。
え？
白芸の時も怠惰。
You were crucial in both of them. Yeah.
私も心強いです。頼りにしています、スバル様。
I love Krush, but I miss her old version. Why'd they have to nerf her?
暴食と出くわしたら本名は聞かせるな。今この町に滞在司教が全員揃ってる可能性がある。
何？
Why does Al know so much? I'm like 90% sure he's the one who also mentioned that Pride was the remains, right? Nobody else did. Like, why does he know so much?
暴食は因縁のある相手だ。仮に私が君の立場なら、平静を装えたかは怪しいものだ。
なんだお前、気持ち悪いな。
Why are you acting like we're friendly?
格好撃破して都市商社を奪還だ。ただし
不利だと思えば即時の撤退を決断する
Yep.
ことですね。
Smart. Move out, team. That's so cool.
兵の死体だらけって。 ビビって足止めんじゃねえ。行くぞ。
兄ちゃん、ちょっと失礼するで。
ちょっと
You're a little slow, brother. Let's go. What the fuck is this? It reminds me of the thing that whatever her name was in. Sloth? Not Sloth. I can't remember. Gluttony. The actual witch. Oh, there you are, bitch. Bro, why does he have all these arms? Like, who the fuck are you? Okay. Ricardo's so sick. What the fuck are you? Holy shit, he's useful for once. That's exactly what happened with the whale. Are these her eyes, or is this another form she takes? So she just takes on the form of a dragon if she feels like ah. It's one lustful dragon. Relax, you're good. Calm down, brother. Alright. Reparations, go. Great distraction. I'm still kind of pissed that they made Julia so pretty. I don't think that worked. Ew. So we can just... Okay. I hate when enemies heal. Alright. She's so stupid. Phase 2. Okay, that's gonna... They're giving him some ugly ass faces this episode. Well. So is it too? Because he looks way different than the lie I'm used to. Unless he just has his battle gear on. I can smell it. I feel it in the air.
たちって頭が悪いし、俺たちって記憶力がないからさ。
We take others, so we have memory.
なあ、クソガキ。僕たちは魔女教
We are in the way that we.
暴食担当、ロイ・アルファルド。
Roy.
暴食。
Weird. That's it? You were in the bed of your husband. Are we still in town? Oh, okay. Well,
ああ、目覚めたみたいだね。本当によかった。
are we still in town?
心から安心したよ。
あなたは
Your new
自己紹介
husband.
の前に大事な質問に答えてほしい。僕たちの未来に重要なことなんだ。
僕たちの
エミリア、君は少女かな？それだけは本当に大事なことだからさ。
You must remain pure. The war continues. Things are not looking too pretty, I would say, for us overall. The entrance of many characters continues on, while others still have internal conflicts that they're struggling with, personal, family conflicts. There's a lot of, like, things kind of at play that are prohibiting certain people from being involved in certain scenarios and actually fighting and working to coordinate all of this together. And it is rather concerning for where we're going to head. I mean, we literally almost had Mimi basically die here. We don't know where Otto is. We find out Roy is a person who's another version of Gluttony, apparently, and Otto still disappeared completely, who was occupied by Lie. So, like, where exactly is he at? Priscilla's nowhere to be found, and Al's just gonna up and abandon the group. Everybody has priorities, but they're all over the place too, and there's so many different moving parts that nobody can coordinate anything and get this to actually work out. And then you find Lust and find out she can be a fucking dragon if she so desires to. Like, it's a mess. Everybody's all over the fucking place. They're giving Garp a lot of focus throughout these last two episodes, so I wonder if the arc entirely is gonna be like really strongly based around him and the things that he kind of gets over, because that would be pretty sick. And I really just liked like the general idea of him, you know, failing essentially at something and putting a blame on himself regardless of whether others will or not, and then having to struggle to kind of get up, but then being able to have that support system essentially that you've built around you by choosing the path that you are and overcoming the things that you have, all the decisions you've made in your life that have led you to where you are today, and all the things basically that have as well, have kind of built this system around you of people who will support you and get you back up on your feet when you're feeling down, and will, you know, state that they need you when they do need you, which I think is awesome. And I really do love that, especially for him, but just for us as viewers to be able to see overall growth between every character kind of involved here. And I think it makes it pretty sick to actually have him be so down and to be able wanting to be so strong and struggle to have to deal with this trauma and everything he is with Elsa constantly haunting him, but then at the exact same time being like, fuck it, you know, we got a ball, we gotta do what we gotta do. There's nothing, we're not gonna accomplish anything by sitting around, so we might as well just go back at it. And being able to get back on his feet and wanting to go right into battle, I think is awesome. And being able to work in a team environment too, and not selfishly just kind of want to do everything on his own, is pretty nice. Good stuff overall from like Subaru being able to play a part of coordinating everything, being that guy who's the center of focus for everybody to kind of look at. I mean, being able to trick Capella at 1.2 to be able then to have Julius come in and do what he has to. Like, everybody's playing their part, and they're doing a really nice job, which I really like. Everyone's already dead, and we're seeing it. We get our first OP skip of the season. I guess technically second, because the first episode doesn't have one, but like, they play the song, so like, I don't know how you want to count it. This motherfucker looked big, and I remember being like, why does he look so big? Well, it's because he's fucking blue and he has arms. We haven't seen that from the others, and they've always worn like the outfits and the gloves and everything too. So like, I wonder if just in general all the cultists are just blue people, or like if they're all just Smurfs, or like what are we doing? And maybe this guy's just special and he's different and he just has like some sort of power ability, but being able to knock Garf into this, we can't beat them. And it's interesting too, just to note directly from Mimi, to realize like we can't beat these people because these are like the people that we consider to be weak and just the followers of who the archbishops actually are, who the ones that we are going to struggle the most with when it goes against. So if you're struggling already with this type of person, it might be a problem when we have to eventually go up and fight these other guys, you know? Heinkel's being a fucking dick still. completely putting down Reinhardt. You're gonna abandon the dude who trained you. You're gonna abandon your father, huh? For this shit, as you literally have the person who he is basically devoted his life to right in front of him with a sword held up to her fucking neck about to die. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, are you dumb or are you stupid? Which one? Like, brother, this is not the right. He's so dumb. But like, I get what he's trying to do, but at the same time, it's like. And Reinhardt's just like internal struggles with it. That's why I fuck with Felt so much. Just being like, he's not gonna do anything, just go. Leave me alone. I respect her so much. And also, like, a brother is literally God. Like, go fucking go help some people out while you're at it too. Stop with this internal shit that you got going on. Nah, but I get it. I mean, it's not easy. His entire family line is fucked up, especially with the things that have been resurfacing over the past couple of days. It can't be easy on him. So he's not in the greatest spot. I'm interested to see exactly how difficult or easy some of these fights would wind up being for him. And who exactly they're going to ultimately put him up against. Just because they say witches remain doesn't mean they're talking about the only witch that we actually know. I wonder if Anastasia can fight. We haven't seen her like do anything remotely close to that. I feel like she's not that kind of type, but like I just wonder if she has some sort of abilities or things that she can do. Wonder if we'll see that in action, because she didn't even go with them or anything either when they were going to war here. She's just coordinating other things. So maybe she just plays more of a peaceful role like Subaru, and she's not actually going to be built for that. Council of 10 win though, so we got to go talk to Buddy about it. Oh, what's going on too with Capella's name with Laguna? Well, part of the royal family, but there was also a member 50 years ago who also went by this name. So what exactly does that mean for her? Is that direct relation of being related to this person? Is that she is this person and she was taken up and given this title? It's only 50 years, and to my belief, most of these archbishops seemingly have been around since at least the death of all the other witches, which would make me under the assumption that she would have to at least be 400. So why exactly somebody carried on this name for as long as they did within the royal family is rather intriguing, and I have no idea. But then again, even if they are all around, nothing is stopping them from obtaining the factor of one of them dying or replacing their seat and then giving it to somebody. So I wonder what history and backstory and things kind of regarding her are kind of related to that. I mean, and that's a big deal, having the fucking somebody of the royal family who apparently nobody is alive or remaining of that, possibly having the remains of that person be here, I think is a big is a big fucking deal, you know? I mean, she follows the exact sort of thing. Beautiful, intelligent woman. We'll make the assumption. I mean, I've seen her. I know what she looks like, but they haven't directly shown her within the actual episodes yet. But I mean, she's lust herself. So, I mean, it would make plenty of sense. She has to be smart about the way she goes about things, but she's ruthless and people feared her. I mean, makes perfect sense. Being able to get in touch with everybody here. They feel the damage that was ended up taken to Mimi, and they know exactly what is going on through her divine protection. And look who comes over the intercom talking to everybody, just to like increase everything that's going on and make it so much worse, as Garf is completely destroyed here, having fucking Mimi essentially be dead within his arms here. Still listening directly to what Capella's saying. She seemingly has this effect on her voice and like what she's capable of doing that just like she's like a shrieker, right? and all just goes through everybody. They can't fucking hear anything. It makes their ears bleed, which is definitely not a good thing, because you lose focus entirely if you end up having to go against her. She's capable of doing that to anybody. And if she has the ability to control one of the towers and be able to project this onto everybody, that's a very bad thing for all members within town. I love the idea that all 4 towers are essentially taken up and taken over by each of these archbishops, which is fucking hilarious to me, that they each can just control one, so we have to go and essentially conquer each of them. I wonder if like Amelia at the end, I was wondering if they're even here, if he somehow was able to escape and get to like a different village or like whatever. I wonder if they're just literally in one of the towers, or if he actually did escape and do that. I think this is a fucking game. All right, buddy, out with it. Explain what's going on to us. Yeah, it's true. The remains are actually here. But he ends up telling us that we literally can't move them because it's literally impossible, due to the fact that if they do, it would basically just fucking flood everything again. So Elsa's Typhoon later. I don't see the... Hold on, let me look her up. Oh yeah, she has the flower thing on it, with the hair kind of going back, would make sense through the water and all. And then the face is probably a lot like skinnier and less like because she's basically fucking... just a corpse at this point. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Also, it could just literally be a direct version of the like we're taken into the assumption that the version of the witches that we see within the fourth season or second season is directly tied to like whatever version that they would want to take upon themselves, due to Echidna being like a direct difference of what we actually see within the tomb versus the version that we meet in Subaru meets. So like that child version could be back to that like innocent, pure like version of her that she actually wants to be, as opposed to like what she actually was, which potentially could have been more grown in this. What does she look like in the novel, actually? Not that she's gonna look too much different, probably, but yeah, no, she looks like she does in the anime. Okay, nothing too crazy then. But yeah, can't move any of that shit because it would be bad. So like essentially we're faced with two options at this point. We defeat her, or we defeat all of them and get them like run out of town here, or they basically beat us and they get this and then they just flood the town and fucking ruin it. We can play along where we do both. We can have them flood the town and kill everybody here, but then fight just like with the people who could fight in the sky and get everybody out of here and do what we can, but it would cause a lot of lives to be lost. So I doubt we end up probably going that route. Why does Al know who? Why does Al know who? He says some stuff later too. Like, what are you? You want to explain yourself, brother? You want to explain what you know? Who's feeding you this information? You wanna answer some stuff? Cause that's fucking sus. Nobody mentioned her name. Not one person mentioned her name. Why do you know? Why do you know? Why is the guy who's in charge not know her name? But you know. What are we doing here? We literally just can't give into her stupid remains. They all show up. I like having the dashes on them here and the bleeding because they end up feeling and reflecting that. I love Ricardo being the one who picks him back up. Him immediately being scared, like he's about to be yelled at for what's happening or for what ended up doing, because I mean this is somebody he works with closely, of course. I haven't thanked you. You know, you were able to give us this chance to be able to bring her back. She would have died. Doesn't mean she's not going to, but at least you gave us this opportunity to bring her here and have somebody see her and heal. It takes a lot for you to do that, to protect yourself as well and be able to escape and not be so like overwhelmed by rage that you want to just actually attack and hurt yourself in that time as well. So I mean, it's really sweet, I think, that Ricardo does that, and he's definitely a strong like vocal leader for us to actually have. We haven't had a lot of him throughout the series, but every time he's been like really good at getting somebody back on track for what they need, and I think that's awesome. And he's definitely somebody that we need. And Subaru does a great job at kind of just backing that up and being like, brother, we need your strength. Like I can't have you like this anymore. We gotta have you locked the fuck in. I love the flashback of getting the entire fight between this. I think it's definitely necessary, and it does a good job at portraying just how strong they actually can be for us to go against, at least the blue guy. Having the little cuts of Elsa just come in here and say things to throw him off and just fuck with his head, and then have her in the background during certain shots are really excellent, and it really puts like a issue with it. He can go completely into like a mode where he wants to fight and just overwhelm everybody, but the moment he sees her, he's going to become distracted. He leaves himself vulnerable for a minute and just gets completely destroyed. Luckily, he was saved here just because she ended up deciding, all right, fuck it, like I need to help protect you or do something. But it ends up being completely bad. I mean, dragging somebody away, his blood just spews out of them is fucking awful. This is a wound that will not close. It's the work of a divine protection of the death god. I don't even know what to start with that. I really don't. I would argue my weakest part when it comes to ReZero in general is the understanding and being able to explain the divine protections overall. And I say my weakest part is like on my end, not necessarily regarding like if the series does a good enough job or not. And they probably do. I just like don't comprehend half of the shit that they do when they just pull out these protections. Like I would like to have a list of these are all the ones in it, and these are the people that will encounter eventually happen, because when you just start throwing them at me, it starts making me feel like, oh, we're just making shit up now. Not saying that they are, but like I feel that, because it's like, what the fuck do you mean the death god? What does that mean? Who's protecting us? Who is that? Like, why do you have that ability? What does that even mean? Like, what happened there? So is that just who the blue guy is? He has the ability that all his wounds that he creates onto other people will not be able to be closed at any point due to the fact that he just has that protection of it. Like, what is the protection typically to me like comes off like you're given, because they have the blessings too. Like, what are the differences? Can someone explain that? Because I actually don't know at all. Are the protections, divine protections, also considered the blessings, or the blessings themselves completely different things? But then how are the divine protections and stuff chosen? Are they directly from birth, and same things with blessings, or are they things that you earn over time? Or are they similar to like the witch factors and abilities that you can kind of gain through defeation of others or through achievements and accomplishments on your own? Like, what are they? I feel like I lack so much knowledge when it comes to the, because they were like very like relevant. Because like some of them, like the blessings are like almost like you gain these special abilities that are good for you, but the protections themselves are. So what other protections do we know of? Is Crucia's a thing? Like her wind reading was a blessing, no? So what other protections do we know? Because Otto's is a blessing, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I actually don't know, huh? Please let me know. Please let me know. She was trying to protect me. That was her choice. You have to live with that and just do what you can. We're not going to blame you. I know you're not going to blame me, but I'm still fucking pissed and I want to kick that bastard's ass. That's what we want to see. We want to see that anger. We want to see that howl. That roar out of you is exactly what we need. Channel your anger that you have. Instead of channeling it towards yourself for not being strong enough, just channel it in general towards that other person and take out everything that you have onto them. I think that's great. You're going to get up and fight, or you're going to sit around and be a little bitch? Thank you. Get everybody on the team. Well, what are we going to be able to do again? I was the one to shrug my leg would not look like this. Well, we can still use it, but is Amelia your priority to get back? As we flash to everybody, like that's not just a normal thing. Not like Al leaves later on because he has priorities of being able to find Priscilla and be by her side. Not like you're her knight and it's your job to protect her and look for her. Of fucking course, that's his priority. Unless you're trying to say, are you weighing her over? You think her life's worth more than all the people who are going to lose their lives here? Like, unless you're saying that, but even then, it's like he has that connection. It's hard for you to say that that's not going to happen. And then he isn't going to ultimately feel that way. You're able to walk fine, brother. It is hurting, but we have to keep moving. Can Krush even fight anymore? I love Krush, but I hate this version of her. I miss the other version. She was so cool before. Now she's just like too cute. I don't know. Al, can you fight? Well, about that, brother. I gotta get out of here. I love him so much. He's so funny to me. He just gets out of here. He can definitely fight. Look at him. You don't wear a helmet like that and can't fight. Let's be honest. He probably has the face of a fucking demon under there. He definitely can. Great. I'm going to hold us back. What are you talking about? You've done so many good things for so many other people. You have roles that you can actually play. Don't tell Gluttony your name. So Gluttony's power entirely is based on the ability of being able to obtain the name of it, or is it simply he can take memories, but he can't take name if you don't tell him name, because then he's not aware, so he doesn't have like this book of being able to tell who any and everybody is within the world. That would make sense. Rem did tell him the name, so that would make sense. We got to be safe. Well, good luck, brother. I'm on my way out. We coordinate a plan of where everybody's going to go, who's going to do what, and basically what we're trying to do. Deep breaths from Subaru as everybody gets ready for us to be able to go to war. We move forward. I love the shot of them all just running here. I think it's so cool. I love that. And we get here, lots of like weird, whatever the fuck these are growing out of the grounds. I'm assuming these are just like people who ended up getting captured, so they're probably stuck within them. Here are the guys we're going after. And the action overall is done really well. It's pretty excellent looking. I really like the Wilhelm scene, him being able to do this, the dynamic movement within the camera and everything. It's pretty solid, pretty great for ReZero standards. I fuck with it heavy, and I'm definitely here for it. The coordination and teamwork between everybody is pretty fucking sick. This guy just being able to grow more arms pisses me off, and I don't know what the fuck he is. The impact frames and everything we get from Julius are pretty fucking sick, and having everybody go against them is fun until we find out Capella's a dragon. So I guess the dragon I saw at the beginning is Capella. I was confused why the fuck that's there, but she's a dragon, so that's dope. She's able to transfer forms, which is nice. I wonder, we can't really do much damage due to her healing ability within this form. I wonder if that's her as a person can just heal, or if her in the dragon form itself can just heal itself, or what exactly it is. Do we have to kill her while she's in this form, or do we have to kill her in human form? At what point do we get her to revert back if she is in this form? Then we can go after human form. If that's the order of operations, the things must be done. I don't know, but I have plenty of questions. Her being able to just talk and be so over the top is crazy. Aoyuki does such an excellent job at voicing characters, especially like her, and she absolutely nails it. Her just fucking around and calling him an undercat instead of dog and calling him a little kitty is great. Like, that's so funny. him being able to distract us enough, or Subaru being able to put on like enough of the display, having these ugly ass emotions and faces to be able to put everybody in a good position for Julius to go after her and make this strike is great until she just looks so fucking stupid. She's literally that meme of the three dragons with the two of them looking like normal and like evil and shit, and she just fucking looks goofy as hell with her tongue sticking out. That's literally her. At first she was channeling one of the other ones, but now she's just channeling this one. She's like she's such a big clown, but that's what makes these characters. That's why a lot of the sins are so fun. The repetition of the things they say, the over-the-top nature of how they all want to act and how goofy they all can kind of be is what makes them so much more like threatening. Like I don't take somebody who like acts so serious all the time like as serious as I do somebody who fucks around and wants to like goof around, because then it's like, dude, when they get serious, you know they're getting serious, and it's like these two different modes that they can play into it. It makes them such a fun, interesting character. Well, I guess we gotta go up. We have some people taking on others while we end up utilizing this and we fly on up. But unfortunately, we run into somebody that we almost wish that we didn't. Hello, my friend. What exactly is your name? What is your name again? Roy something? Is it Alfred or Alfred or whatever? Alfred, the brightest star in the constellation of Hydra. Single giant star, cooler than the sun, but larger. Okay. Noted. Typical. Of course you're named after that. So we basically end here. So I talked about this before, the switch between the two. So we have two different versions of him. There's a possibility that there's more and he takes on lots of different personas. What exactly does that mean for us? There's been scenarios and things where we can possibly have one individual that is split in amongst others but has one main body, so you have to go out of your way and kill that body. Their powers and things for the most part are shared between each other, so then it weakens the others, but there still is one that is stronger at the end of the day. Is that lie due to the fact that he was introduced first for us? I don't know. Is there a possibility that we find ourselves in a situation where they are all controlling of greed and we have to kill them all? Not greed, gluttony, and we have to kill them all. Is it a simultaneous thing? Do we have to kill them all at the same time? Is it a scenario where they can split but they also have one form where they can connect and form into one person if that situation happens? Do they all operate on their own and have the same sort of abilities, or do each of them have different things in which that they can do? What exactly are they? What is the difference between them? What do they do? He was talking about being happy and stuff. He talks in a similar manner exactly to Lai does, but I don't remember exactly what Lai usually talks about. He usually just talks about food, I feel like. But I wonder if it's an emotion-based thing. We could also look into that. I'll have to go back and look at Lai's voice lines from the other episodes, so I'll go do that later. But it could be an emotion-based thing that each of them contain different things. You know, he's happy and Lai might just be like fucking, like, I don't know, sad or something, you know, and they all just have different ones. Maybe there's another one that we'll run into at some point. Maybe it's only the two of them. Maybe they operate and they complement each other extremely well. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to take them out, but we're going to have to figure that out. We get an end scene. Amelia is completely stripped in here. I don't know if this is top of the tower or if he teleported them elsewhere, but he has a main question because it's the most important question of all, directly for him and for his wife that he will be taking on as his like 80th or whatever it is. Two things. One, she's not, because she has a child in Beatrice. Two, how did she end up like this? What did you do to her? Or did you guys just teleport in because you were in that weird like flame stuff at some point? She ended up like losing them in the process. What happened? What are we doing here? What did you do to her? Keep your hands off. Strictly due to the fact that he claims about marriage, I'm gonna make the assumption that he probably didn't do anything crazy, because at that point he would, you know, not ask that question. But at the same time, he also has so many wives that he probably would want to be married before. So I think that would make sense to me. It'd be a crazy thing if she's like, no, I'm not. And we find out her and Subaru have been up to some crazy shit over the last year. That'd be nuts. Where the fuck is Otto? Why haven't we seen him? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's about to be going down. Great episode. I am beyond out of time again. I apologize. I got to be so much better at coordinating these, and I'm halfway through, and I haven't been good at all at it. So I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm thrilled to get back. Please explain the blessings and the protections and stuff. That stuff is intriguing to me, and I feel like I don't have enough info on that because I'm stupid, or I just haven't paid attention enough, or they haven't explained it enough. One of them. I don't know. But yeah, let me know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it all, like and subscribe to the announcement. Feel free to check out the videos and channel in the comments with this better series. I'll be back for episode 5 next week. It was a great one. Peace.